Good evening, YouTube viewers, subscribers, Facebook friends, Facebook family. I want to welcome you to another edition of Joe's Politics 101. The day is January the 17th, 2014, and I'm astonished today. I'm just ate up with maybe I'm just ate up with we're trying to be intelligent, trying to understand what our nation is coming to. This mofo of a senator from Kentucky, Rand Paul, little nappy-headed, sandy-haired white man, had the nerve enough today to invoke Jim Crow into our politics, saying that the majority rule is what got us Jim Crow. You know, ignorance is one thing, stupidity is another one, and being racist is totally out of the box. Let me try to see if I can set Mr. Rand Paul a little bit straight on where we got Jim Crow from. You know, I remember him being on the Rachel Maddow show, saying that he would not have supported the civil rights laws that were passed back in the 60s. Well, you know, from that I gained that he is some form, that he is a racist. That's my opinion of him. You know, that's my personal opinion. I don't care what anybody else thinks. That's my personal opinion. You know, I don't know what kind of circle of people he run in. I don't know who's employed in his staff. I don't know who's employed in his staff in Kentucky or in Washington, D.C., and I really don't care. But for him to get up there, he must be dumb. He must be dumb. How do people elect these people to represent them in these districts? Like in Kentucky, how you elect somebody like this and going to send him to Washington, D.C. to represent you and other people in this nation for 6 years with this ignorance? This is purely ignorance. How did we come about getting Jim Crow? Well, let's start with the slavery thing. Let's start with slavery. You know, they brought a bunch of people over here from Africa who happened to be black. Okay? And they made them work. At the end of a threat of death or whatever, they forced them to work. Well, after the old Civil War came along and we knocked that out and people got a little freedom to go around and, you know, try to do things, there was this group of people. I'll refer to them as Aryans, Caucasians, and whites, because everybody that comes from somewhere else, if they got light skin, they're considered white or Caucasian. Okay? I don't care if you come from Russia, Croatia, wherever, Italy, wherever. You get to America, you're a white man. You're not what you were when you got here. You're a white man. Okay? And they take on the white man's attitude, or the white Anglo-Saxon, or whatever you want to call a person. Alright, so the Emancipation Proclamation, all of that, gave people their freedom. Alright, you give 40 acres and a mule, try to make up for some of that stuff that we did to you. Well, along come a bunch of people and had to go write up some laws saying that, well, you know, we don't want these people in our restaurants. We don't want these people eating in our restaurants. We don't want them coming in the stores when we're in the stores. We don't want them drinking in the same bars we with. Was that majority rule? But who was the majority? Who was the majority? And why did they do that? Damn, it was Aryans and Anglo-Saxons and Caucasians and all these different other white folks. You know, they made those rules. That's how they got to be Jim Crow. It wasn't national. It wasn't. I mean, Jim Crow worked everywhere in the United States, but not every state enforced it the same. Texas was one of the worst, but the southern states, you know, Texas, Louisiana, Mississippi, Alabama, Georgia, Oh man, hell, they would kill your ass. Tennessee, Kentucky, they'd hang your ass from a tree if you were black and in the wrong spot. And sometimes you didn't have to be in the wrong spot. You just had to be walking down the road, and a group of them white folks or Anglo-Saxons or Aryans or Caucasians or whatever decide they want to hang your ass, they hang you. You know, the majority don't have anything to do with that, Mr. Rand Paul. The majority rule don't have anything to do with Jim Crow. It's people like you with the racist behavior, the racist attitudes, the racist statements, and the degrading. Your problem is, along with a whole bunch of other white folks, is that there's an Afro-American man sitting in the White House. And what's so odd and funny about this is, you act like he just went in there and just took it over. He just took the White House and said, I'm staying here and ain't nobody gonna say a damn word about it. I'm moving in. That's not the case. He won two elections. One in 2008 and the other one in 2012. That's why he's in the White House. You need to get over the fact that there's an Afro-American in the White House. You know, because he's not going to be the last. And he's not going to be the only minority to be a president in this United States. You know, you people you're talking out of one side of your mouth talking about we need to get some Afro-Americans and we need to get some Hispanics and we need to get some minorities into our party. Is this how you do it? Is that how you do it? Blowing your little dog whistle? Skeet, skeet, skeet? Blowing your little dog whistle? You, Rush Limbaugh, Sean Hannity, and all these other right-wing talkers, you know, you just totally just out of your mind because of Afro-American or black man won the presidency of this United States of America. You ain't the smartest people in the world. You don't know everything. You've always ruled this country by force, by degrading people, by taking away from the poor, by keeping the poor people down, forcing them to work for pennies and nickels. That's how you've always run this country, and that's killing you. The idea that somebody's going to come along and change that pattern. That's what's killing you. President Barack Obama has not did anything, has not committed one crime or anything that would cause you or any other Republican to keep degrading him. This only the race thing is what it is. And if you stand up to that and come out of denial and tell the facts and the truth about it, you'd be better off in your mind, in your society, and in your life. So-called Christian life is what I'll say about that. Thank you for viewing this rant. God bless you. God bless America. Ciao.